I don't think that you have any insight whatsoever into your capacity for good until you have some well-developed insight into your capacity for evil. When you have something to say, silence is a lie. You're going to pay a price for every bloody thing you do and everything you don't do. You don't get to choose to not pay a price. You get to choose which poison you're going to take. That's it. You can only find out what you actually believe, rather than what you think you believe, by watching how you act. You simply don't know what you believe before that. You are too complex to understand yourself. If you can't understand why someone is doing something, look at the consequences of their actions, whatever they might be, and then infer the motivations from their consequences. For example, if someone is making everyone around them miserable and you'd like to know why, their motive may simply be to make everyone around them miserable, including themselves. If you don't say what you think, then you kill your unborn self. And if you think tough men are dangerous, wait until you see what weak men are capable of. If you fulfill your obligations every day, you don't need to worry about the future. It took untold generations to get you where you are. A little gratitude might be in order. If you're going to insist on bending the world to your way, you better have your reasons. No tree can grow to heaven, adds the ever-terrifying Carl Gustav Jung, psychoanalyst extraordinaire, unless its roots reach down to hell. Intolerance of others' views, no matter how ignorant or incoherent they may be, is not simply wrong. In a world where there is no right or wrong, it is worse. It is a sign you are embarrassingly unsophisticated or, possibly, dangerous. To suffer terribly and to know yourself as the cause, that is hell. The purpose of life, as far as I can tell, is to find a mode of being that's so meaningful that the fact that life is suffering is no longer relevant. Ideologies are substitutes for true knowledge, and ideologues are always dangerous when they come to power, because a simple-minded I-know-it-all approach is no match for the complexity of existence. Perhaps you are overvaluing what you don't have and undervaluing what you do. You must determine where you are going in your life, because you cannot get there unless you move in that direction. Random wandering will not move you forward. It will instead disappoint and frustrate you and make you anxious and unhappy and hard to get along with, and then resentful, and then vengeful, and then worse. If you are not willing to be a fool, you can't become a master. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today. In the West, we have been withdrawing from our tradition, religion, and even nation-centered cultures, partly to decrease the danger of group conflict. But we are increasingly falling prey to the desperation of meaninglessness, and that is no improvement at all. In order to be able to think, you have to risk being offensive. If you have a comprehensive explanation for everything, then it decreases uncertainty and anxiety and reduces your cognitive load. And if you can use that simplifying algorithm to put yourself on the side of moral virtue, then you're constantly a good person with a minimum of effort. You cannot be protected from the things that frighten you and hurt you, But if you identify with the part of your being that is responsible for transformation, then you are always the equal, or more than the equal of the things that frighten you. The better ambitions have to do with the development of character and ability, rather than status and power. Status you can lose. You carry character with you wherever you go, and it allows you to prevail against adversity. You don't get to choose not to pay a price, you only get to choose which price you pay. Every bit of learning is a little death. Every bit of new information challenges a previous conception, forcing it to dissolve into chaos before it can be reborn as something better. Sometimes such deaths virtually destroy us. So, listen to yourself and to those with whom you are speaking. Your wisdom then consists not of the knowledge you already have, but the continual search for knowledge, which is the highest form of wisdom. The successful among us delay gratification. The successful among us bargain with the future. Always place your becoming above your current being. There are some games you don't get to play unless you are all in. People organize their brains with conversation. If they don't have anyone to tell their story to, they lose their minds. Like hoarders, they cannot unclutter themselves. It is my firm belief that the best way to fix the world, a handyman's dream, if ever there was one, is to fix yourself. Stop saying those things that make you weak and ashamed. Say only those things that make you strong. Do only those things that you could speak of with honor. We require routine and tradition. That's order. Order can become excessive, and that's not good, but chaos can swamp us, so we drown, and that is also not good. We need to stay on the straight and narrow path. The things that pose the greatest threats to your survival are the most real things. The secret to your existence is right in front of you. It manifests itself as all those things you know you should do, but are avoiding. If you cannot understand why someone did something, look at the consequences, and infer the motivation. Don't ever underestimate the destructive power of sins of omission. Consciousness is a mystery that faces the mystery of potential and transforms it into actuality. We do that with every choice we make. Our choices determine the destiny of the world. By making a choice, you alter the structure of reality. We believe that in reducing the scope and importance of our errors, we are properly humble. In truth, we are merely unwilling to bear the weight of our true responsibility. Don't use language instrumentally. What you aim at determines what you see. If you betray yourself, if you say untrue things, if you act out a lie, you weaken your character. Worthlessness is the default condition. Sometimes it seems the only people willing to give advice in a relativistic society are those with the least to offer. You are by no means only what you already know. You are also all that which you could know, if you only would.